So I wanted to do a quick overview here of an alternate installation technique used for the Z kit. Because when you get a Z kit, no matter what, you'll always have an R hop that's lower depth. So first trick you do is, should have brought one of them down. You sort of fit it into the edge of the window, and you'll be able to see by bending it just a tiny bit. Let's see if that's visible. Which one is the right size or just a smidge shallower. In some cases it can be just a smidge deeper than the existing window. Measure twice, cut once, get it to the right length for your window. You're going to want it to fit snugly front to back for this installation technique. And before you do this, you can go through with the installation aid, and you'll want to radius the leading and trailing edges on this, but do just those edges and do them just at very high finish, because you don't want to disrupt the perfect finish in the middle of the R-hop. So then you can take the rod from the installation aid. This is another thing that's the same OD, and press it into the bore. Okay, and what you'll find is that it pushes the hop up by about 0.2, maybe 0.3 of a millimeter. Then you'll go in. You can see there's a gap created on the side here, and this gap will be on both sides. Take something that's gelatinous before it's cured. So cheapo, depot silicone is an example of this, that you like caulking or what have you, and just wipe it in those two gaps you've created and let it cure. It's important that you don't wipe too much in, because you want absolutely to not get it in the bore. And this helps prevent that to some extent. If it's not quite tight enough, you can put part of a wrap of masking tape on your rod, although your rod should be just fine, and let that cure. Now what you're going to end up with is this poking, again, as I said before, 0.2 or 0.3 of a millimeter up out of the inside of your barrel. Now I'm rotating it sideways here just so the camera can see it better, but it's protruding slightly. So you can then use the Makey sanding method. I'm using the back of piece of paper because I don't want to, I'm not actually doing this install, but you use that and you just go back and forth like this. Gosh, this crocus cloth is not nearly flexible enough. What do we have that's more flexible that I can use as a demonstration tool? How about a piece of a Hive Mind airsoft receipt? There you go. Yeah. Angle, you should be paying me for this. There you go. Hive Mind Airsoft. Bye. And you're just going back and forth like this on the outside. You don't need to do it to a particularly high grit, because it doesn't need to touch with anything. All that it needs to do is be flush with the outside of the barrel so that you can slide your bucking over, and when you slide your chamber over, it doesn't push it in. And so you can get an install like this, excluding dry times, in less than 15 minutes maybe. I mean, it's really not difficult, and then you don't have to bond it in place when you're done, because your hop has nowhere to go. It can't go down on either side because you've filled those gaps, and it can't go forward. And so that's the trick. Possible things you could dick up. Don't use anything that's not high viscosity. If it can get into the bore, if it can drip or run, it will. And boy, you cannot even imagine how screwed you'll be when that happens. So, yes, that is the alternate installation technique. If this wasn't clear in some way, post comments in the description. If you guys need an install that's not just an explanation with visual aids of the process, but that's the actual process, let me know and I'll do it on a barrel group. But yeah, other than that, like, subscribe, favorite, don't share it, whatever. All the annoying things that YouTubers ask you to do. Cheers, mate.